Hey YouTube fam, welcome back to the channel. My name is Akisha Smith.
And I'm Lester Smith.
And this is Conversations That Lead to Greatness. Now today's episode, we're going to do a Q&A. So throughout the months, we've been asking people if you have any questions or if you're struggling with anything and need our help to drop it in our comment section or to inbox us or even email us. And we have received some of you guys' questions and we have enough so we can make a video. So we decide, why not? Let's do a Q&A episode, okay? Mm-hmm. So we're going to be pulling from the questions that you guys have given us, and we're going to give our input, our experience, and our advice to those questions, okay, guys? Stick around. This is Conversations That Lead to Greatness. Okay, babe. So we're talking questions, okay? Now, none of these questions are in a particular order, okay? They're going to be scattered everywhere, so bear in mind. Okay, let's start with the first question. You ready?
Okay.
It says, what to do when a person that hurt you or caused you pain is a parent?
I like that. That's easy.
Y'all started. Okay, this is gonna get deep. Okay.
That's easy for me.
What to do?
You cut them off.
Whoa. Explanation?
Cut them off. You know what I'm saying? Now, but let me say this. I say cut them off. If they continue to keep hurting you, you got to cut them off because that's not conducive to your growth. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? What you can do, you can go to them and talk to them and say, "Hey, what you're doing, I don't like that.
Right.
That's not. It's hurting me. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And if they keep doing it, you have to cut them off."
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's when the problem comes because a lot of times when it comes to parents, it's tough because we always taught not to be disrespectful, to always show respect. But one thing I realized, you can put your parents in a place in a respectable way. Mm-hmm. What I mean is like
put your parents in their place in a respectable way. Yeah.
What I said? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get my drift.
Yeah.
Like you can tell them how you feel, but be very respectable to the point where you're watching your words. Mm-hmm. You're not letting your anger control what comes out your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, I already had this conversation with yourself. You done talked it over. You done had a script, and you can then state it. But when it comes to as a parent that's hurting you or causing pain or even continue, yeah, you're going to have to cut them off if you went to them and they don't understand how you feel and how their actions are affecting you. Mm-hmm. What else left for you to do?
Yeah.
A lot of times we be so loyal to dysfunction family members, dysfunction relationships. We're loyal. Why? Because all that's going to do is bring us more hurt, pain, and drama.
Exactly.
Cut them off to a point. I'm sorry, but
you have to, cut them off. And let me say this too. It may have been something done in the past that may have hurt you. And your parents have changed since then, and you might be still holding on to that.
Yeah.
You have to let that go.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, you have to let that go. Especially if they're not the same person they used to be. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Because as parents, they might have been this type of parent when we was kids.
Yeah.
But as we got older, your parents changed. A lot of I'm almost for sure that 95% of parents change throughout the years, especially if you're a grown person.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
with experience.
Exactly. You grow with experience. So you might say, you might not necessarily go to them and say, well, Mom, this hurt me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, this and that. Because they was doing the best that they could do.
Oof.
They was doing the best that they could do. And if you see that they've grown, just, write a letter. Ooh. You might write a letter out and say, well, Mom, when I was 12 years old, you hurt me by doing this. I come to you to talk to you about a situation. And you was like, you shut me down and this and that. And Mom, I forgive you for that because I've been holding on to that for a long time. Mm-hmm. And you might have a barbecue on that. Go outside in the backyard, put it on the barbecue and burn it.
Let it burn, baby.
And then once you burn that, you have to let that go.
Yeah.
You have to let it go and don't bring that back up. Mm-hmm. Don't let that come back up in your mind. If it ever come back up in your mind, cast it down and keep it moving. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And just to touch before we go to the next question, give grace.
Yeah.
Like, you have to give grace to everybody. Extend grace to your parents because they did the best that they could.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be something you have to think about. What your children are going to say about you.
Exactly.
You knowing right now, the moment you're in, if you have kids, you're doing the best that you can.
Exactly.
Your kids will still have something to say as well.
Yeah, they're going to have something to
But
say.
you have to teach, like, extend grace. That's all they knew. Nobody, this parenting thing is hard.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell you how to parent your child or what to expect because it's unexpectable.
And let me say this too. Parenting, we all out here winging it. Don't nobody have it all figured out.
No.
Nobody.
No.
I don't care who you may say, well, such and such is a good parent. They don't have it all figured out either. They just look like they got it all figured out. But you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Yeah,
Yes.
but anyway, go ahead.
All right, question number 2 we receive. It says, no names, okay? It say, I have been watching y'all for 2 months now and I love it. My question is, when did you know it was time to move on from your business? I think that was to me. I guess both of us.
That was to you. I ain't moving on from none of my business.
Well, business, job, same difference.
Okay.
I would say with me, I knew it was time for me to close down my business was when I start feeling ungrateful. Like I start feeling ungrateful that, man, I have this business, it's thriving, and why am I not feeling fulfilled? Why I don't want to get up in the morning? Why I'm wishing that I don't get an order today? Like, why? That's something everyone, like even my students that would teach or the ones I talk to on a daily basis, they would wish that they was getting orders coming in. Man, they on the sewing machine practicing their craft and perfecting it. And I'm just like, ugh. It started irritating me.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew, okay, Keisha, this is not your time for this moment, your grace for this period has expired. It's time for you to move on. Now, what I did find out was when I motivated or when I expired or when I, gave advice to them or my students or whatever they was going through, whether it was business related or life or personal related, I found fulfillment in it. I was like, shoot, yeah, I got it. So then I was like, okay, maybe this is where I need to be. Maybe this is where my purpose is. Maybe this is where God is calling me to. So with me, when I closed down, it was a feeling. Now, I must say I was in a position to do that.
I was just about to say that.
I knew you said that.
I'm finna touch on that. Yeah, go ahead.
I was in a position to do that. A lot of us is not in that position. So you have to wait your option. You have to come up with a plan. You just can't close down or quit your job without a plan. Without a a plan. Start putting your plan together and being like, okay, well, the end of this year or the end of next year, by this time I'll be able to quit my job or step away and whatever.
Yeah.
Come up with a plan. Don't just quit it just because I did it. You can't do that. Like, if you're not in that position, don't do that. Make a plan.
Yeah. I also want to say too, I had a lot to do with that decision that she made. Cause I'm like, why are you? I kept pushing, nagging. Yeah. Well,
nagging.
you can say nagging. You can say nagging if you want to. If you're not happy with doing that, because I always told her, all I want you to do is be happy, and if that's not making you happy, then you need to change it up. Do something that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I just got to a point where I was like, man, I'm tired of hearing this, bro. I'm tired of hearing it. You need to let it go. It's time to let it go for real. And she seen that I was serious about it, and she's like, well, if he's saying let it go, that means he can.
Yeah.
You can take care of business. Take care
He's
of
okay
home.
with it.
I'm okay with it. And I kept telling her, but I had been telling her I was okay with it. That's the crazy part. But like we say, we was in that position to be able to do that. A lot of people are not in that position, and you have to hold on a little longer. Hold on a little longer till you can get yourself in a place where you can leave from wherever where you at to shut it down and start something different.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. How do you stay motivated when all you have experienced is failure? It's getting hard to keep picking myself up afterwards.
I want to jump on that one first.
Go ahead, Papi.
You already know me.
Yeah.
The law of attraction.
Okay.
The law of attraction. You're attracting that to you. You're attracting failure to you because you have that I'm going to fail in my mind. You're attracting that to you, whether you know it or not. Let me tell you something about the law of attraction. The law of attraction can hurt you or it can help you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And if you keep saying, oh, I'm gonna fail on this, or all I do is keep failing, or all I keep getting is nothing, getting nothing. People around me. That's what's gonna keep coming to you. You have to speak what you believe as though you've already received.
Mm-hmm.
Believe as though you've already received. If this is whatever you want, speak that into existence. You can speak things into existence. I'm not saying you don't have to put forth that action in order to get what you want, but you can speak things into existence and also be putting forth the action to get what you want.
To get it.
Yeah, but if you saying I'm always failing this and that, you talking yourself into your own grave. Mm-hmm. You're talking yourself into your own grave. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what I'm gonna say on that is because I have experienced that. Mm-hmm. Like the same questions that you just asked, like I have asked myself that or wondered that. And I'm gonna speak from a personal kind of,
Okay.
I'm a empathetic person or whatever. Mm-hmm. How do you stay motivated when all you experience? So the thing is, when I experienced failure, it seemed like I was failing in everything. One thing I did was I had to redirect what I was aiming at. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we aim at something because of someone else or someone else dreams for us or someone else say we should go after it or someone else put their perception of what they think on us. So we aim and we go after it and not knowing or consciously knowing that, hey, this is not what I want. So behind closed doors, you're not giving it your all, which causes you to fail. Mm-hmm. Behind closed doors, you secretly doubting it because you don't really want it. Mm-hmm. It's just like what society say. Like I remember on a few episodes early on when I said I used to always want to hit 6 figures. I felt like in my business, if I didn't hit 6 figures, $100,000, my business wasn't successful. Mm-hmm. I felt like, so that was my goal, that was my target. And every time I kept coming up short. But then God set me down and he was like, why do you want 6 figures? Why do you want more money? What are you going to do with that money? Is it because it looks good on paper? Or is it because society say a successful business is 6 figures or whatever? So you have to realize and understand that maybe what you're aiming at is not something you really want. Mm-hmm. And it's hard for you to stay motivated because it's not what you want. That's the
law of attraction at its finest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you're attracting it. Yeah. So if you aiming at something you really want, this is something God has told you, spoke to you, you feel it in your gut, you stay motivated by keep getting up every day with this on your mind. Mm-hmm. Every morning you saying affirmations. Every morning you telling yourself something positive about that. Mm-hmm. And even when you experience setbacks or failures, you say, man, you know what? What can I learn from this? What lesson can I take away from this failure? Mm-hmm. Because then when I go at it and aim at this goal again or whatever you're aiming at, I know that, hey, if this come up again, I know how to face it. Mm-hmm. So it's all about you got to switch your mind frame, your mindset. You got to turn it on. I
want to jump back to what you said about you making 6 figures.
Yes.
And don't think that she couldn't have made 6 figures. She could have made 6 figures easy. But she didn't want to do what she had to do in order to make 6 figures. Mm-hmm. And so she kept self-sabotaging herself. I remember one time you were supposed to be doing some orders and whatnot. I think you had like 10 orders or something, anywhere from 5 to 10 orders. And you was laying in bed all day.
Oh, I remember that.
And I'm like,
wasn't I pregnant though?
I'm like, what you doing? Don't you got orders? You know what I'm saying? And she was self-sabotaging herself. She's like, I'm just burned out. I'm tired. This. And I'm like, okay, well, but you still got to get them people orders out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, I remember quite a few times, because she kept coming to me talking about, I could do this, I could do that. I'm like, okay, well, that's what you want to do it,
And it's crazy thing, I came so close so many times.
So many times. And every time she got close, she'd self-sabotage herself.
And it was like, why did I, but what the last time before I closed my business down, I came close, I think it was like 85. Yeah. And I asked myself, why do I really want this? Mm-hmm. Why? Yeah. Just to say that, hey, put on social media, I made 6 figures in my business. And then I had to understand, just because you made 6 figures in your business on paper does not mean that's profit. Yeah. You got business making 6 figures and they are profiting less than 10%, or maybe 20%.
Well, I would say you didn't have a why behind it.
Yes, it wasn't a why.
Yeah, you didn't have a why behind it.
It was a why, but it was the wrong why.
Well, you supposed to, your why was supposed to have been tied to somebody else, tied to helping people some kind of way.
Exactly.
And if that's not your why, then more than likely you're not gonna shoot for it.
No, yeah, you know.
Come on with it.
All right. Oh, don't be rushing me now. Don't rush me, Papi. Right. Number 4. Question number 4. My child's father is inconsistent with seeing him or her. With seeing her and spending time with her. At what point do I step in to protect him from hurting her?
I can jump in on that one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah, because we did an episode on fatherless child.
I'm gonna say this.
Yes.
It may be I didn't have my father in my life at all. Okay. So if the child's father is trying to see the child, let the child. It's to a certain extent. Don't just let them come. Well. That's kind of hard to say. That's kind of hard. That's a hard situation because I would say if the child's father is trying to be in the child's life, then let the child's father.
But what is trying? Because you have to look at this at a point in time as
period.
No. Listen. Yeah. At a point in time as a parent, you have to protect your child, and that's from any and everything.
Any and everybody.
Any, everything, everybody, whatever. If it's, say for instance, girls, okay? I'm speaking from only a girl because I have a girl and a father, okay? So girls build their relationship. We have daughters. Their relationship on how they see and view men stems from their father.
Okay.
I think she's saying that if it's inconsistency, at what point do she step in to be like, hey, either you're going to be consistent or we're going to have a problem. Something that's not right because she might think it's affecting her child. It's a couple of people we know that their relationship with their father has been affected because of the inconsistency.
Well, you can't make a person be in the child's life.
You can, yeah.
So, but when they finally decide they do want to be in their life, what you supposed to do? You supposed to tell them, no, you can't be in their life, or you can't. They can't go with you, or you can't pick them up. So that's like Talk to me about that.
What I would say, I don't even want to say what I would do. What I can suggest is you just have to look at your child and see how the actions is affecting your child. As a mother, if something is affecting my child, I don't care who it is or what it is, my first instinct is to protect my child. And if I go to the father and say, hey, your actions is doing this to our child together that we have together, if you don't care enough to do something about it, then I have to step in as a single parent and do something about it. Because too many times we have people parents didn't raise kids raised up when their parents should have protected them from things.
Okay.
But they didn't. So now they're left with the residue of them not being protected. So as a parent, I would come to them and say, hey, this is affecting our child. Now, I will actually look and watch my child and see how it's affecting them. Not guessing or not conjuring up something in my head or this is going to affect her. Watch the situation. See how your child behave. And as a girl, it might take years.
Yeah.
But once you notice this is affecting our child, talk to them.
You really won't notice it affecting them till probably after 3 years old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As they grow up.
The first 3 years, it probably really don't make a whole lot of difference. Yeah. But when they come around to 4 or 5, when they get a chance to really understand what's going on,
relationship and father,
then that's when or
even teenagers, is it when they hit the 11, 12, 13?
Well, after 13, if they don't want to go with the father, they don't have to.
Yeah.
They have a choice whether they want to go with them or not, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what the court
something
does.
like that. They have a choice. But that's a good question there. Yeah. That's what we suggest. Next question, because I don't know what question we're on. It says, why is it so hard to change my mindset? I say affirmations, pray, and read, and listen to books, but it seems like I'm not making any progress.
I can jump in on that.
Oh my goodness, can I jump in?
I can jump in on that one. You read the questions. Let me answer first. I'm just saying. But anyway, they got a story in the Bible about the lady. I don't know exactly where it's at. I need to get that because I've been talking about that quite a bit. I need to get that. The lady says that it says, "Be ye mountain removed," right? The mountain supposed to be removed. And then when she went to the wonder the next morning, the mountain was still there. She said, "I knew the mountain wasn't gonna be there."
Right.
I knew the mountain was gonna be there.
Yeah.
Okay. that's basically the same thing with that. You're wanting prosperity and abundance, but secretly you're doubting and fearing that it's not gonna come to you. And you know what? When you doubt and fear that it's not gonna come to you and worry and all that, that overpowers your desire to be prosperous and abundant. You understand that?
Okay.
Yeah. Let me hear what you got to say.
The angle I'm going with
Yeah.
it, why it's so hard to change your mindset is because it's been with you since birth. It's something that's been instilled in you. It became you. It's like your what is it called? DNA, of thinking.
Yeah.
So it's been with you. So of course it's going to be hard because you got to go in one by one and remove all these negative thoughts and all these negative mindsets from you one by one. Now the thing, like, you can say affirmations, pray, and you know, listening and reading your books and everything, but this is the thing. Myron Golden said a lot of times we come up short because we measure wrong. We look at success as how far we have to go versus how far we have came. You see what I'm saying? So in order for you to succeed, you have to measure success from the back to the front, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not who I used to be. At least I'm reading. At least I am trying to say affirmations and change my mindset. I'm watching podcasts. At least I am trying. I may not be where I'm at now, but I'm sure not where I used to be. So you got to measure your success like that. And the more and more you do that, before you realize, you're gonna be like, whoa. It's like a change gonna come.
Yeah.
You're not gonna realize change like that because it's not gonna come easy. It's not gonna come overnight. So change is a constant, an ongoing thing. So I would tell you, measure your success at how far you have came, not how far you have to go, because you still have to get to the end goal, but you still have things in between that you need to come and accomplish and work through and get rid of. So of course it's gonna take a while. So don't rush the process. Trust the process.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna take a while. It's
take
not
a
gonna happen
while.
overnight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. I have been trying to get my family on board with healing and becoming more positive, but they are not taking it seriously. What can I do to help them understand that they too can change? Oh, you don't want to jump first on that?
Go ahead, you got it.
When it comes to family or friends or getting them on the same page as you, it's going to be impossible because
it's not going to be impossible.
I would say impossible. It's going to be almost
There
impossible
you go.
because a person is not going to change something they don't have a problem with. They don't view a problem with. Like, you're not going to change something you okay and you enjoy. You enjoy. So they're not going to see a reason to change. You just have to continue on your journey, continue educating and doing what you have to do and changing your life. And they will then see how you are behaving, how you're moving, how you're changing. And maybe that can inspire them and to asking you questions. Hey, what you think about this? What about that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as far as making someone change or getting them to understand something they're not trying to understand, you're wasting your time. And time is something we cannot get back.
You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink.
You can't make them drink. So when it comes to family and friends or people you're trying to tell them, hey, you can be more positive. A lot of times they okay with being negative. They're okay in that situation. You might not think you might see that situation and think it's not okay. But that's two different mind frames, two different purposes that God put y'all on earth to do. So he gave you grace to see something that he didn't give them grace to see. So you have to look at it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. When you get on this journey, you might have to cut some people off.
You might. You will.
Let me say that.
You will.
No, let me say.
You will.
You might have to cut some people off. And it might be the people that's closest to you. Friends, family, whatever. You might have to cut them off. Because let me tell you something. As you're trying to better your life, you don't need nothing hindering your growth. And if you have something hindering your growth, you're going to constantly keep going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And you'll never be able to just go forward.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And as you do that, you're gonna be basically in a place of stagnation, kind of almost. Yeah, so you have to cut some people off. And you might not like the people that you have to cut off, but you just got to cut them off and get you some new friends. Replace those old friends or even your family members with some new family members.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you say, how would you replace your family members? Well, you know what I'm saying? The new friends that you get, they'll be just like family because they'll be helping you get to your growth. On this new journey that you'll be on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get to your end goal.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. How can I ensure that my children or future generations break free from the cycle of lack and poverty mindset?
I could jump on that.
That's a good question. Y'all got some good questions there, buddy.
The way that you ensure your kids break free of the lack and poverty mindset is you got to break free of the lack and poverty mindset, and you teach that to them.
Teach it.
You teach it to them, and as you teach it to them, that's gonna help the generations to come. Now, just because let's say you teach it to them, and they grow up, and they end up not being anything, which that's something that we don't want for our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kid's gonna be back in that lack and poverty mindset. But you broke that generational curse. It starts with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say that it starts with you, and try to keep it going. Try to keep it going. Yeah.
And that's the thing. A lot of times we're not understanding the influence that we have on our children.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember God showed me to the point where, our kids is not our own. Like, God gave us grace and blessed us for Him with His children, basically, because it's God's. So we have to take it serious and cultivate our children to become who God called them to be, to be able to go out into this world to complete that purpose, to find that purpose with the right mindset, with the right tools that they need to live this thing called life. And when you look at it that way, like, man, these are not my kids, these are God's kids. He just granted me permission and granted me access to them, and He gave me an assignment and a job to develop and cultivate his kids. So they can do their purpose that He put in them. When you look at it like that, you're gonna want to do better for yourself. You're gonna want to break generational curses, break free of lack and poverty mindset that your parents instilled in you. You're gonna do the work, whatever it takes. You're gonna do the work.
Yeah.
So you can teach it to them, and you can then change the trajectory of your whole family dynamic. It starts with you.
Yeah.
That is one way you can ensure that your generation and your children's to come, or the children you have, will break free of that.
Yeah.
And if you already have children and you're on this journey like they once was in that lack and poverty, whatever, it's not too late to teach them. You can send them YouTube videos. Hey, check this out. And when you come home, we're going to discuss it. Hey, check this book out. We're going to read it together, a chapter a day, and discuss, how you feel or what you think about this. It's a lot of tools you can use to enhance and bring your kids on a journey with you. Use that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question. Where I'm at. Okay. How can I create a supportive and empowering environment within my family that foster growth and success? That's almost the same.
Basically,
that's the same.
Question.
So we answered that. That's basically the same. How can I develop a positive mindset in the face of adversities, obstacles, and challenges? We have some video on that, I think.
Yeah, we have quite a few videos on that.
Positive mindset.
But I'll go ahead and tap on that a little bit. It's a lot of things that you need to be doing on a daily basis. I think a positive morning routine would get you started for the day, getting you in a positive mindset throughout the day. And as you keep doing that every single day, keep doing the same routine every single day, your whole life will be positive. You have positive weeks, positive months, positive years.
Yeah.
What do I mean when I say that? Most of the time we get up in the morning, we just jump up, get ready, run out the door, and go to work. That's a lot of what we do. Take that time, go to sleep a little bit earlier, wake up 30 minutes earlier. 30 minutes earlier, start your positive routine in the morning, whether it be meditation, affirmation, or listening to something positive on YouTube. She likes to listen to spiritual music. Listen to spiritual music. You know what I'm saying? Anything that puts you in a positive mood. And also, as you're driving to work, listen to your audio book. or something motivational on YouTube. They got a lot of YouTube, a lot of motivational YouTube videos. You can listen to us.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? We, you know, on the way to work. And as you do that, that's going to put you in a more positive mood, because the one thing you don't want to do is because let me tell you something. There's a lot of negative energy out there in that world. As you go out that door, you don't even have to leave out your driveway good. Get to the stop sign. I'm saying you'll be cussing somebody out before you even get to the 3 or 4 times before you even get to work, because they cut you off on the road. You know, so as you keep putting that positivity in you, it's gonna help you grow. It's gonna help you grow, and as you like I said, positive days turn into positive weeks turn into positive months, and positive months turn into positive years.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Next question. We're almost done.
Okay.
How can I prevent the hurt caused by a loved one from affecting my ability to form healthy relationships in the future? Whew. I'll touch on that. Why you looking like that?
I wasn't know you to touch on it.
Because you just knew.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is so very dear to my heart when we talk about healing and relationships and, you know, everything. Because, you know. Okay, so how can you prevent it from it causing you trauma and taking over your life? First thing, you have to make a decision. You have to make in your mind that I am no longer going to allow the hurt that you've done to me in the past to control me. Like, you have to, like, really make up in your mind, not just saying it just to be saying it, but to make up in your mind that you no longer have a hold of me. Like, yes, you hurt me, but I'm not that person no more. I have grown and developed, and I'm trying to become a better person, and I forgive you. I don't forgive you for you, and I'm not going to forget what you've done to me, but I forgive you for me, and I'm not going to forget, because I can, I have a reminder when, little triggers or little, things like that you done come around again. I know what that is, and I forgive you so I can let go. So, yeah, and that's one thing. You have to make up in your mind. Once your mind is made up, you take the necessary steps. And what that is, the necessary steps, you talk about it. You might go to a counselor, you go to a friend or someone you trust, whoever you trust, your pastor. You talk about it. You get all your emotions and your feelings out. You cry. You let go. It's not for you to hold in and not feel every emotion. Every emotion that you're supposed to feel, you let that go. Mm-hmm. And then once you release that, you then take in nothing but positive love, peace, grace, and all these other things. But there's no way you can take in all these positive things when you have so much negativity locked inside you, in your heart.
Yeah.
And another thing, God had me in a season of grace. I don't know, because I had to heal and forgive too. So I guess that's why he had me in a season. When you extend grace to people, it's not that you okay with it, but you understand, hey, I'm not going to hold it against you because of who you are. You might be struggling with something that I don't know, that I'm not struggling with. But we're all struggling with something. We're all trying to overcome what the hand we was dealt, basically. So I'm going to extend grace to you, but then I'm going to move around. I'm going to move different. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Healing.
I like that. I'm good with that.
I know, because men don't never talk about healing. It's always the women. Okay, last question. This is a good question. It says, how do I know when the goals I set is what I'm called to do?
How do I know when the goals I'll set is what I'm called to do?
Called to do. I'm thinking, okay, so if you're saying what you're going after of, like, if you have a goal to open this business or a goal to help or whatever, how do you know that's what you're called to do? Because a lot of times we set goals in something that we don't have the grace to enter into.
Well, let me say this. Your goals to okay. That's basically your purpose. What's your purpose here on earth?
Yeah.
Your purpose is tied to other people. We've said that many times before. Your purpose. If you're not helping people in some type of way, then that's probably not what you're called to do. So you need to be helped. Yeah.
I got where you're going.
Yeah. You have to be helping people. If you're not, because let me say this. In the Bible, it says that it basically says that our purpose is God's will. for our life. And basically what he's saying is we have to be helping other people. And if we're not helping other people, then, in some kind of positive way, uplifting the people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, touch on that a little bit.
How do I know when goals I set is what I'm called for? So I'm thinking, I wouldn't say goals necessarily, but the target, like your aims. I think they were saying their
purpose.
Yeah, that purpose.
Yeah.
Because when you find your purpose, you then find provision. Okay? Dr. Miles Monroe got a good thing on that. Okay? Check him out. So when you're called to do something, once you know that calling, or if you have an idea of that calling, you then set your goals based on that calling, not the other way around.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I think to know for sure, you find your purpose, you find your calling, you find what you're here to do. How can you help someone? And then you set your goals based on that to achieve how helping or, finding your purpose. Using your purpose can help. That's what I think that's what it is.
Okay.
So it's the other way around.
Yeah.
You find your purpose and then set goals and provisions to get to that.
Yeah, get to your purpose.
Yeah, your goals.
Yeah, let me say this too. Don't think that necessarily that you have to get paid because you're finding your purpose. Your purpose, you might work on a regular job, but then you doing your purpose on the weekend. Doing something to help people on the weekend, whether it be sitting with old people at the old folks' home, playing chess or dominoes with them or something like that. That might be your purpose. Well, how can you get paid from doing that? Well, I guess you could open up a old folks' home if you just like being around older people. You know what I'm saying? Playing chess and dominoes and stuff with them and spades and all that. Yeah, I guess you could do that. So I guess you can make money from it.
Or you can come up with a whole program or a nonprofit where you go to different nursing homes on a different day of the week.
Yeah.
And the nursing home will pay for you to come in and spend time with them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why you say that? Okay, so listen, we have to do an episode on purpose because I got a whole new.
We already did an episode on.
No, but I mean on purpose, meaning a lot of times we're so focused on how our purpose is tied to dollars.
Okay. And
it's not that. It's our purpose is to do the will of God to bring to bring glory down for Him and bring people to Christ, right? But the gifts and talents that He give us, we make money off of it, or He bring money to us, if that makes sense. Okay. It's conjure up in my head.
Okay.
May not come out right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that's all.
Write it down.
I'm gonna write it down. All right, guys. So we done. We actually had 3 more questions, but they kind of answered. I think we answered them.
Yeah.
On the other questions that was asked for the most part.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in and if you will need help or you found this insightful and you have some questions or you're struggling or need some insight, you can drop it in our comment box. If you want it more personal, you can email us or you can inbox us, okay?
Yeah.
Most people inbox us because, hey, we understand. But yeah, you can inbox us on social media. You can email us. Our email is going to be in our YouTube link or even in our social media links, okay? Yeah, what else?
Hey guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And share this video. Like and subscribe because we're walking in our purpose. This is our purpose. All we want to do is help people. That's just what it is. But anyway, God is good. Life is good. When we look good, we feel good. We live in a life of abundance. Peace.